Hi everyone, my name is Samantha Paone, and today we will be discussing motivational aspects and the benefits it has on a person's mental and physical well-being. So for my overview, I just want to incorporate some main points that we're going to be discussing throughout the presentation. The purpose of this study, defining motivation and the stages of motivation, discussing different types of motivation, explaining the link between motivational aspects, mental health, and fitness. I incorporated some research studies and introducing how I relate my personal training and my own progress into this study. Motivation is a key factor in a person's everyday thinking, emotion, and behavior. The motivation of the individual is a complex construct in desire, initiation, and execution effort. Motivation is a result of two factors, intrinsic and extrinsic motives. Each being a different type of motivation dictates whether an individual's desire to accomplish a task are due to external or internal factors. So what is the purpose of the study? The project will analyze the correlation between fitness and mental health at three different levels. First, with my beginner client, second, with my intermediate client, and lastly, with myself as a personal trainer. Specifically, I will monitor my own physical progress and mental well-being as I work towards specific fitness goals. I will document the techniques and strategies I use to support the physical and mental well-being of my clients I serve as a personal trainer. The emphasis of this project will revolve around motivational aspects and the link between physical and mental health. So what is motivation? Motivation is defined as the act or process of motivating, a motivating force, stimulus, or influence. Some synonyms are goal-oriented, determined, energetic, and passionate. So for the process of motivation, there's three different steps. First, you have to have a motive, an incentive to perform a specific act or behavior. Second, motivating, having the desire and willingness to begin. Lastly, motivation, the state of executing the task or plan. Next, we're going to discuss the two main types of motivation. First is intrinsic motivation. It represents all things that motivate you based on internal reward. For example, self-improvement or helping others in need. It focuses on positive or altruistic things you can control. It's very self-rewarding. Next, we have intrinsic motivation. It represents all things that motivate you based on external rewards. Getting a raise or avoiding punishment. Sometimes this can be driven by negativity. I incorporated some examples of intrinsic motivation. First is attempting a new recipe because you enjoy cooking, exercising because you want to relieve stress, or volunteering because it makes you feel happy. Next, we have some examples of extrinsic motivation, studying a textbook to prepare for a test, dieting to lose weight, or cleaning your home to prepare for visitors to come over for dinner. So how does motivational aspects influence mental and physical health? This is where we get into our research studies. So for the first one, it discussed college students' motivational for physical activity. The purpose of this study was to compare different types of motivations for sport participation versus exercising alone among college students. The results concluded that participants were more likely to result in intrinsic motives, such as feelings of enjoyment or challenge when engaging in a sport team activity. Consequently, motivation for exercising alone was more intrinsic and focused on appearance and weight and stress management. The findings suggested that motives for sport participation are more desirable than participants that were told to exercise alone. In this study, participants seemed to feel happier when the activity was focused on teamwork rather than an individual activity. My next study was the effectiveness of motivational interviewing on police officers. So the purpose of this study was to examine the effects of a 10-week intervention, including motivational interviewing procedures on police officers. The participants included 54 men and 13 women who were police officers in the southeastern United States. The results included that there was a significant improvement in physical fitness and lipid profile scores between pre and post intervention. After completion of the fitness regimen, it was recorded that there was an increase of 80% in cardiovascular activity and 75% in strength training. Motivational interviewing techniques appear to encourage selected changes in health behavior, for example, exercise and eating habits among the police officers. So how I incorporated motivational aspects in personal training and the effects it has on my clients in personal and mental health. So the first step was the process including 3 months of collecting data every Tuesday and Thursday from my 2 clients, the beginner and intermediate, and myself. After researching the 2 main types of motivation, I decided to analyze both my clients and begin to assess what type of motivation drives them during their sessions. And then lastly, here are the results. So for my beginner client, at the beginning of the study, she possessed a lot of external motivational aspects. Never being in a commercial gym before and having no background of exercise was a difficult challenge for this client. After the 3rd month of collecting data, my client started to enhance more self-esteem, showing still external motivation, but more intrinsic motivational factors, such as creating a diet plan, eating healthier, and doing exercises at home. For my intermediate client, this client was already 5 months into their journey. Tracking another 3 months presented how much the client has grown mentally and physically. Being intermediate already and overcoming a lot of barriers, intrinsic motivation has been a driving factor in a lot of our meetings. These factors included increasing mental health, muscle strength, improving mobility, and altering their diet. This client no longer is intimidated by others' opinions or the gym environment. Next was my process. While recording my progress, I realized a lot of growth as a personal trainer and while training myself. Having to record my clients' mental health opened a new perspective for me. As a personal trainer, our biggest goal is to get our clients to see results physically. Therefore, mental health of my clients sometimes gets neglected. Having the ability to talk and record each of my clients' progress has made me realize how crucial it is to understand what affects a client's emotions, mindset, and thoughts. Being able to find out what motivates each of my clients the best has been a tremendous contributor in their fitness journey. In conclusion, throughout the 3 months of recording my client and I's journey, motivation has shown to be a tremendous influence on the individual's mental health and physical health. Motivation allows people to fall in love with something that makes them feel happy and feel like they're accomplishing something in their life. It is what inspires them to keep pushing and becoming a better version of themselves. It is an honor as a personal trainer to be able to experience this journey with my clients and be part of their success. Next, I just wanted to include some of the references I used throughout this presentation. I wanted to thank you guys all for listening today, and I hope you guys could learn something. Thank you.